Everybody, Dean Young Home Tech on this wacky Wednesday. Beautiful but cool day. This morning it was in the 20s. Chilly, and I left my jacket at the house. Got my rain jacket, but it's not the same. So this morning I've done a new construction and I was a little upset. I was expecting better quality and workmanship. There were a few things that were just blatantly like, wow. There was some little small stuff, just for some carelessness, like paint on the cabinets, overspray on the exterior patio doors of the glass, some overspray on the shingles, careless stuff on a $250,000 house. So I don't post this stuff for people to not learn from it and educate. I post it so you will learn and you will educate yourself and your family and your friends, because I hear all the time, it's new construction. What could be wrong? You got to take into consideration that we are human and we make mistakes. Even computers make mistakes. Accidents happen. Nothing in this earth, nothing on this earth is perfect. Perfect. We may use the word, oh man, that's perfect. Use it as an expression, but there's nothing on this earth that is perfect. I'm not trying to be politically correct crap. Everybody's perfect. I'm going beyond that. I'm not getting into that stuff. I'm keeping it real. So we had a cooktop that was not secured, gas cooktop at that, easily moved and shift. The shutoff valve, I mean, it was wedged in between the back of the cabinet, a little cutout where you couldn't even get in your fingers in there to even shut it off, and if you did, it was going to hit the wall. I just, from a professional point of view, how can you think that's acceptable as a professional? I mean, you are showing your work ethic, your work quality when you've got a new construction home. You know, when you've got a buyer and an agent and other contractors in there and they see that, when you know what company done that, it sticks in the back of your mind. Well, I seen a job that XYZ Plumbing done, man, and dude, it's horrible. Because that individual represents the whole company. The whole company. It's just not like John Smith installed that. You know, it's XYZ Plumbing Company, because here's the way it works. When you are a licensed electrician, the guys and girls, people that work up under you that are doing electrical work do not have to be licensed. They do not. That's what I like about home inspection. Every home inspector has to be licensed in the state of North Carolina. As far as trades, you've got a plumber, licensed plumber, and everybody that works under him is working under his license. In reality, that licensee should be on site and should manage and oversee every job, but that's not the case. It's hardly ever the case, unless you're a one-man show and you've got a helper. You know, that's good, because then you consider the person working with you an apprentice. They're learning. But so you got electricians. When an electrician comes to your house, they're called an electrician, but they're not a licensed electrician. the licensed individual is going to be the person that carries the license. I'm not saying that the person coming to your house is not licensed, but more than likely, unless it's a sole proprietorship, just an individual, the person coming to your house is not going. They're going to be working under another electrician's license. So that's the way it works in most states. So when you go into it, when you are a plumbing company, you've got one licensed, or the business owner usually is going to be the licensed individual, and they're going to hire people up under them. So when you send one of your employees to go do a plumbing job and they do a shoddy whatever, they're representing the whole company. They're representing that licensed individual. So when there is a complaint against that company, it goes to the licensed individual. The owner or licensed individual may reprimand the employee, but you know, it is what it is. So what you do is you get a license and you hire guys up under you and pay them pennies, and they're making all the money for you while you're sitting in the office 99.999% of the time, or out doing estimates. Usually most electricians or plumbers, owners, are out doing estimates, unless you've got a really big outfit. You've got a lot of people. You're more so just managing. You're in the office. You're just driving from site to site, just checking on the people, you know, the guys, and looking at what they're doing, how they're doing. That's the way it works, man. And new construction, you know, you see a lot of trade branded trucks out there, and when you go into a home and you see the quality of workmanship, you just like, wow, man, this is a reputable company here. I thought, you know, what kind of people do they have working for them? So, and nobody knows until it's brought to their attention. You know, some things you just can't turn your head away from. I mean, it's just blatant obvious. You know, damage in the bathtub, a brand new fiberglass tub, I see it quite a bit on new construction. Why it's not taken care of at that time, I don't know. You know, a hole in the side, I can't see that would happen after the installation. I can't see that would happen during the installation. I see, like, installing it, leaving the protective cover on, and then it's installed, you pull it off, and there's this hole, possibly maybe that way, but you should be able to see it from the back side of the fiberglass, you know, either way. But, you know, dents, breaks, cracks in tubs and fiberglass, I mean, I see it quite a bit. New construction is what really gets me, that it's not taken care of at that time. But like I said, man, we're only human. There's accidents, things happen, but it don't seem like to me that tub, there's actually two different tubs that had damage. They shouldn't have been there during the inspection. They shouldn't have been that way. You should have somebody in-house that knows what home inspectors are going to look for, how they're going to check, and have their own guy going from house to house, and doing a checklist, a punch list, and making sure things are like bam. There's some builders out there that I've been in houses, and I found very, very, very little. I had to be like nitpicky for just a couple items. You know, I mean, it could be done. I mean, you just got to have a system, man. I think when you're dealing with new construction, I think micromanagement is acceptable. because you want to make sure that you're giving a good product and you're representing the company well. Because the builder overall, when you've got that name, I don't care how many subs you have and what kind of quality they have, they're the ones representing that builder's name. That whole development, you know, they're representing them. And so that builder needs to have somebody that's going behind these guys and saying, hey, we need to tighten up, man. We need to tighten this stuff up. And this, you're this is my name, and it's also your reputation, you know. I don't want to have to not use you guys anymore, and then people ask, well, I thought you were using blah 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 for your plumbing or your carpentry or your whatever trade. And I had to let them go, man. They just got slack, you know. I had to let them go, man. It just reflects me, you know. So construction and all that, it's a cutthroat business, man. When I first started doing repairs, home repairs, I started with brand new construction and builders. I worked with a lot of tradesmen, doing a lot of punch stuff, laying new floors and doing tile work, and it's grueling. It's awful. You've got people stepping over each other, and the phases are just all over the place, and it also depends on who you're doing it for too. But yeah, it's for what you get paid to do it, it's almost not worth it. But you know, that's, if you're ever thinking about getting into the home repair business or whatever, off the record, you need to step into some new construction stuff, and they'll tell you right quick, you know, if you're doing good or not, because they want the best job at a cheap price. And they start seeing you mess up, you're out. I mean, I've done it for years, and I just got burnt out on it, and I wanted to expand into just doing residential existing home stuff. And that's what I did. I learned a lot just from working around other tradesmen, and learned a lot of codes, and which they change like every 3 years or so. So you know. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna get off here, man, and get in here and upload this report, get it sent out, and get ready to head to my next one in just a couple hours, man. You guys stay warm, and this is Dean Young Home Tech.